G'day guys, Ruby Schleicher here, joined by Justin Leppitsch in front of the KGM Centre with our KGM Rexton, which we're going to drive around very shortly. But Leppitsch, what do you do around here again?
Well, I am the GM of List, so I hire and fire people, but I'm a much nicer guy than that.
I better be pretty careful then, but big few weeks coming up, heading into the draft. We're going to drive around, ask them all about it. Let's go.
Let's just say the Collingwood supporters didn't love me or my teammates much back then. Probably the hardest part of any management position is you've got to make a call and put your head on the line, and sometimes you get them right and sometimes wrong.
Now, I want to start, Leppa, I want to go through a little bit about your journey. It's not all going to be about you, unfortunately.
Good.
But run me through a little Vic Park outing where you got absolutely towed up. I've heard rumours, but I want to hear it from your mouth.
I don't know if I got towed up. I actually did play at Victoria Park. Back in the day, Brisbane used to always play there. So I actually played in Craig Kelly's last game where they actually did beat us. I think that was...
Well, and then they dropped him from there.
In 1990, they sacked him from there. Yeah. But I played in the last game of Victoria Park in 1999. I still got the game ball actually at home.
Really?
Yeah, and I've got which Bucks has signed and Bossy and a few others. But yeah, it was an interesting day because it was the last day of Vic Park, and yeah, let's just say the Collingwood supporters didn't love me or my teammates much back then. But yeah, I got a bottle thrown at me. It was a really crazy odd day, but there is vision out there somewhere of me taunting the crowd behind the goals. I was playing fullback that year, so I was very close to very close to the crowd behind the goals.
Who were you matched up on?
I can't remember exactly who I played on, but yeah, I remember that moment, that's for sure.
What was it like whenever you did go and play at Vic Park, apart from the bottles being thrown at you? Because it's obviously a pretty special place.
Well, the first time in '96, which I think was Ned's last game, I remember I played on a bench. Back then, if you're on the bench, you're on the bench.
Yeah.
And I started on the bench, but all I remember was we're in the dugout, which was, it had the aluminium dugout, and there was just one guy that was bashing the back of it for the whole game. Like literally, that's all he would do. So you picture your ear is right there, and he's bashing it. So I took it upon myself and grabbed the Gatorade bottle and just turned around and squirted the guy. And he went running, and he stopped for about 2 minutes, and then he came back and started doing it again. So now
you were, as you humbly mentioned, 3-time All-Australian off half-back. But also, how many goals in your career? 100?
Yes, I started as a forward, so I was able to kick some goals early on. And I don't think I cracked the 200, but it was in the 190s. But
go on, you know the specific number.
Okay, it's 190.
Yeah.
I kicked 5. No.
And then, as a defender, who was the hardest player you ever played against? Scariest, hardest, that you just went, oh no, I'm in for it?
Well, I came through an era where you'd look at the fixture at the start of the year and you go, well, I didn't look at the teams. I got Richo round 1, I got Wayne Carey round 2, got Barry Hall round 3, got Warren Treadway round 4, and it literally just was one after the other after the other. So I always find that everyone's different. I mean, you play on Matty Richardson, he would just run and run and run. So the strategy against him would be like, I'll keep up for the first couple and then I'll let him go for a couple because I just can't outrun him. So so everyone had a strength over you and vice versa. So so you sort of try and think your way through each one of them. Yeah,
you finish your career, very decorated career, you work your way into the coaching lens. How was that transition?
Well, I fell upon coaching. My career ended abruptly at 30 years of age. I had a back injury that sort of forced me into retirement. So I still had nearly 2 years of contract ready to go, but the club wanted me to stay on and do coaching. So that's how it came about. I was still hoping to play another few more seasons, but fast forward now and 20 years later, I've been able to be in coaching, senior coaching, and had some success through the journey, had some learnings as well. So yeah, it's been a wild ride since then. And then so your role at the moment, your list management and talent strategy, is that correct? I don't know how that came about. My role when I first got here in coaching was head of strategy, and that really was to help my role at Richmond back when I was with Fly coaching there, to run some of the defensive strategies and things like that. So Flo wanted me to take that part over when we got here, so he could focus more on the players, the connection, and all that piece. So I worked hard with the coaches at the time, Scott Selwood and Hayden Skipworth, and Bolts was still here then to create our, I guess, what we're doing on the field and how to play. So that was that part of it. Now it sort of led to off the field, how are we selecting and how that coordinates to the on-field. So basically list manager now is pretty much it.
So we've just finished up the trade period. Jack Buller comes on, key forward. Tell us a bit about the fella and how he fits in and what sort of attracted you to him and why he fits the mould of the club.
Like more than anything, we had a year where we didn't have high draft picks to trade, and again, it's what you like, but it's also what you can afford. And I watched Jack a lot this year. Sort of stumbled across him inadvertently in some early games in Sydney at the start of the year, and then kept track of him. And one thing I've always liked about him is he plays like a Collingwood player. He's really aggressive in the air and on the ground. He pressures really well, and that's what we want from our keys. I mean, as you know, Rubes, not every player has everything. So you've got to also decide what traits you want out of players and to bring to your club. We need help in that area, obviously as well. Being 199 as well, it's a different size and shape of a player. A lot of our keys. In the past, Checkers 192 and Dan 194. We haven't sort of had that extra bit of height, so I think he's a different shape of player than we've had. So and we're able to obviously get him, at the right pick for us as well, which is really important. And he wanted to come. I think that's the bit people fail to think is that players have to want to come to you as well. And that's also not easy convincing them as well.
How do you go, I guess, taking the emotion out of those decisions and something like a Checkers heading off to Melbourne and, seeing players depart the club as well who have won flags or been, so important to the club previous years? How do you sort of go around managing those relationships? Because it's obviously got to be a tough part of the job.
I think it's really important to initially take the emotion out of the decision and then add the emotion in the end. And I learned that from mainly picking teams over the course of time. If you need a particular player or a type or play a sub role, it should be, well, what traits do you need? When do you going to use them? And then the name fits in. And I think at the end of the day, the Checkers one, it was, again, an extremely difficult one, but I think all parties probably walked away thinking it's great for him. He gets a fresh start. We get to bring in, a younger player to rejuvenate our team. And tough calls, and they could be right calls, they could be wrong calls, and that's the end of the day. And that's probably the hardest part of any management position is you've got to make a call and put your head on the line, and sometimes you get them right and sometimes wrong. And everyone has their own goals in life. Winning premierships is the thing that's always fit for me. It's hard because sometimes winning should be on all levels, but I guess what drives me is giving players that day where they get to hold up the cup. I think that's my ultimate goal in all this. Every hard conversation, every hard training session, every decision you make is there so that the players can actually experience that, because it's the greatest gift I think you can give a player. It's different for me now. I sit in the middle of the MCG a couple of years ago and watch Pendles go around and watch Braden go around with the cup in their hand, and that's the bit that fills me with pride, is watching them get through that and to give them that feeling, which is the best feeling of all time. How
they compare of the premierships you won as a player compared to 2023, you've put a mountain of work into building this list and supporting this playing group as a coach as well, then seeing them have that success in 2023.
Yeah, as player versus coach, I think I like an analogy. Being a player or coach, it's a bit like saying, was it more fun being on the dance floor?
Right.
Or is it more fun watching the people dance on the dance floor?
And if I've ever seen you at a Chrissy party, you would be on the dance floor, Leppa.
So that's like being a player. You're on the dance floor, you're in it. But sometimes it's fun sitting on the podium watching the craziness of the dance floor and watching it happen too. The other one is, it's a bit like saying you winning a premiership or watching your kids win one. And I think that's why people would say as a coach it's more rewarding, because watching your kids succeed is more important in your life than yourself. But you probably don't realise until later on that that's the case. But it's definitely more rewarding as a coach, watching the players you put time, energy and effort into get that success, that's for sure.
Draft coming up. Tell us a little bit about, I guess, or if you can, the strategy going into it. What picks do we have? 39
is our first pick and 45. And then it goes a bit further on past that. But it's an interesting year this year because of all the academy bidding that's in there. We also have players as well that could be potentially bid on. So it is a season where it's probably the least predictable it's been for a long period of time for us. So we have to go in with a lot of what ifs. Shane O'Bree's come on board. He's been unbelievable this year for us, working with Richard Little and Shannon Collins, pulling that together. I'm sort of on the fringes of it. I'm there to sort of help pull the deals together, and if we need to trade up, trade back, or in the future, I'm there to do that. But they've put the bulk of the work in with those under 18 predominantly kids. There are obviously potentially state league players in that, but they've done the bulk of the work and done a great job doing that. So I find me supporting them this time of the year more than the other way around. So as I said, a bit of unknown, but we're hopeful to get the people we want. And
you set the windscreen wipers on.
How long does it take you to get the habit right?
For a regular person, probably pretty quick, but you're struggling.
I've only been in this car, 20 minutes, but surely it's about 2 weeks, isn't it?
But we love you, KGM. Your playing career, you're obviously very good friends and played with Fly for a lot of your career. Talk to me a little bit about, I guess, your relationship with him throughout the years, going as, how old were you when you guys would have met?
Well, I got to Brisbane first. Fly was taking as a 21-year-old. He was mature age, so it was a third season. I think it was 1995. I lived with him for his first 3 months. I was in between houses, and he was like, "Oh, come stay with me." He's accused me of bringing cockroaches into the house because my furniture I was sitting at the Gabba for a little bit, and he thought there was cockroaches at the Gabba, and I brought him into the place when I stayed there for a few weeks. So
and I'm assuming you deny those claims?
No, I think it's true. But yeah, fast forward a bit of time, Fly and I became obviously really good friends. We'd mainly through organising Mad Mondays together and crazy things like that.
It doesn't surprise me one bit.
No.
So going from seeing him as a teammate to him as a coach, does, I guess, the level of success that he's been able to achieve as a head coach probably doesn't surprise you? Or what have you seen maybe change in him over this period?
Well, when his first coaching job was to coach the under 18 team in Queensland. And just after he retired, I think it was around 2006, and he took them to the championship and had 10 players drafted out of Queensland. And this is non-academy times as well. So Fly's success as a coach dates back a long period of time, 20 years, and then goes to spend some time at Collingwood with success, and helps Mason with his career. Then gets back to Richmond and wins a Premiership as a VFL coach. So I mean, he's wherever Fly goes, success happens. So it doesn't surprise me that we get to Collingwood and that happens as well.
Now, we're going to park the footy. I want to know a bit about Leppo outside of the footy. Your beautiful partner, Christy.
Yes.
Well out of your league, we will mention. American.
Can we cut that bit out?
No, we can't. That's staying in. American.
Canadian.
Canadian. Sorry.
They get offended by that,
I know. This is why I'm horrified. I'm sorry, Christy. How'd you meet?
We actually met on a footy trip, so the classic love story.
Okay.
Christy was a backpacker and I was on a footy trip, so there you go.
Wow, and then she just never left?
No, she went back for a few years.
Long distance?
Yeah, a bit of long distance, a bit of that. It was hard back then too. There wasn't really mobile phones and other things to keep you connected, and obviously the time zone's almost the other side of the other side of the day, so it was very difficult. But I think after 3 years she realised that she couldn't live without me, so she needed to come back. So
how could she live, honestly? Well, we're pulling into the KGM Centre again. We've been driving around a little while now. Thoughts?
Thoughts on the car?
Thoughts on the wheels?
I love the car.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
I might just keep it actually.
You reckon?
Is this model just stay in the car park and anyone can drive it? I might just take it home. I don't think they'll even know.
No, I don't think so. You'll be right. Nice detailing.
It is. It's beautiful. It's really comfortable actually.
It's perfect. Well, thanks for driving around with me. I feel like I know a lot more around what you do, because beforehand, to be honest, Leppa, I didn't know. I'd see you walking around a lot and I go, I'm not sure what he's doing now that he's out of the coaching sense. Thought maybe just a good club culture person. But it's good to know that you've got a handle on things around here. The trust is in your hands. Good luck for the draft.
Thanks, Rubes.
Go well. It's been an absolute pleasure.